And you might notice some things are a little bit different. There's two really cool features I think that you'll really appreciate once you get into the system. One of them is this idea of conversations.
Spencer Price, please come to the office, please. Spencer Price.
Case in point today, in my inbox right now, you'll see a thread of conversation here. Mr. Gertson sent me some stuff about this project in Korea, so that's the first email. I've replied to him, which it's indicated right there with that little arrow, right? And then he wrote me another email, and Dave Brown responded, and we've had this conversation all about one topic, and yet I've got like 5 or 6 emails. I've deleted a couple of them already. 5 or 6 emails, all in my inbox, right? How will that show up in Gmail? It's going to show up like this, as one conversation. You can kind of see one line is showing 6 threads in conversation. It means that there's been a reply and somebody else has maybe replied to that, and it's all contained there. And when I open that, take a look what happens. You get this collapsed form of messages. That's the history of the conversation. There's a little teaser here of what was in the message, and you can see the most recent thing that's been added to that. Now you can hit this little thing, quote text, and it will show you all the different threads that way. Or what you can do is you can go over here and you can expand all the little sub windows in there to show what the conversation looked like. And so it'll open up all those, and you can reply to different points. Like maybe there's a little thread of the conversation here. Oh, I want to reply to that piece of the conversation, or I want to reply to this piece of the conversation. Okay, or you can reply to the last and most current part of the conversation. And if you want to collapse it back, you can just collapse it back and then go back to your inbox. And so conversations, I think, is going to be one of the key things that will really, like, I don't know about you, but like this email after email about, like, maybe it's about the high school schedule, and you're back and forth, and there's like 18 emails, and like, which one's the most current one? Well, this sorts it all out into a conversation, and it's nice and streamlined in your inbox as well. The other thing you can do is you can search your email. For instance, Chris Lebo, who's supposed to be here today, but I think he's trying to get into an Olympic event or something. One of the things he mentioned in here, for instance, was, okay, the word time came up in this email conversation. Okay. Now in my inbox, I remember that there was a message, something about time. I can't remember exactly what it was that Chris said about it, but I'm just going to search for it. There's a window, a little box right at the top, and I can just simply write in the word time, hit enter, and it's going to find all the messages that have that word in the body of the message. Not just the name or the title of the message, but it looks through the whole message and searches that, like, instantaneously using those Google engines. So pretty powerful, and then you can go back to your inbox after you've located that email message. So I think that for me, those are two, just in itself, are two reasons that Gmail gives you something that Outlook doesn't. Searchable mail and this idea of conversations. If you have questions, just put your hand up and ask them as you go through.
Are you going to talk about the calendar at all? Does it have the same?
Yeah, same thing, same features. We will get to the calendar in a bit. Okay, so let me, yeah.
Can you maybe quickly show us, you said earlier, Shane, that we can below
customize
mail there, we can customize that?
Yeah.
Can you quickly show us how to do that?
So under the More tab here, what you can do is you can create a new label. Okay, and these are sort of like folders. Like if you look in my inbox here, I have some folders here with various things like, parent contacts, etc. You can do the same sort of thing here with labels. How many people use different folders in their inbox? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So this is how that would work. You just create a new label and then you give it a name, so faculty or something. Hit OK, and now we have that new label right here. And so I can drag, or I can select an item, say I want this item to go into, and I can go move to, and I can say move it to the faculty folder. And now it's in this folder called faculty. You can customize it to kind of show different colors too on your messages. So you can choose, what color you want those messages to be and things like that.
So you don't drag it, you click it and check it.
You can actually, you can drag some things. Oh yeah, there we go. So yes, you can drag it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you grab onto this part here. Let me show you how you compose a mail. It's called compose mail. So when you're creating a new email message, you're going to compose. Sounds like you're writing a symphony or something. But you hit this button right here, and it's going to open up this new dialog box. And right now, I've entered all the faculty in, and so I can just start typing someone's name. For instance, if I wanted to send an email to Tammy or something, I can start typing, and it automatically grabs the global mail list, and it's underneath there for all the email addresses that we have. When we have student accounts, we'll have the students' names in there as well, but we won't have the students be able to see the faculty names in that way. We also have groups, so if you wanted to do an email to faculty, those groups will also show up once you start typing in to the Gmail interface here. So I'm going to send one to Bobby Sue here. So you're going to send a message here, so that's where that occurs. If you want to add a carbon copy, you can do that. If you want to do a blind carbon copy, you can expand those to add those as well. Subject, obviously, okay, works the same way. Underneath here, if you want to attach a file, okay, add an attachment, you just click on the button, and then it opens up just similar to what we were experiencing in Outlook, and you can add an image or whatever, and it shows kind of loading that attachment, and then once that's done, it's ready to be sent. There's a send button at the top, and there's usually a send button at the bottom as well, so that like if it's a long message, you don't have to scroll back up to the top to do that. You can also save it as a draft, and so it's actually auto-saving, so it's grayed out right now, but you can save it and it'll go into your drafts folder. You can see I got one draft over here. So I can send this message, and I don't have any text in the body, but that's okay. So it sends it over. And so that's going to send over to Bobby, so I can show you where it's coming in over there. It hasn't quite come in yet. And I can start conversation back and forth between them.
Will it have a running then of that conversation that keeps going, right?
Yeah, so I kind of showed that earlier.
Oh, sorry. I tried to rush.
You get a thread here of conversation on that topic, and so you can kind of see how the conversation is developed.